Hey everyone, Ray here with Rinksworks. I've got this '06 Chevy Colorado at my shop again, and you'll notice there's a headlight out. So I'm going to show you how to change these. They're not as straightforward as you'd think, but they're also not as hard as you might think. But you can't just get back in here, pull the bulbs out, and replace them. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. And also, while I'm at it, I'm going to be replacing this bumper and this bottom piece because it's, I mean, you can see the damage. But this particular video that you're watching will be just the headlights. But as you see me put it back together, it's going to look a little bit different. So, and I'm also changing. You can see how bad these lenses are. I'm actually going to replace the whole things, but I'll be showing you how to either replace the whole lens package or just the bulbs. So whatever works for you, you'll get out of this video. So let's get to it. Okay, so upon further investigation, if you want to just change the bulbs, you can actually get down in here on the passenger side. It's hard for me to see, probably get you in here, but you can get to the, there's an inner and an outer bulb. So there's one right down in here and another one right over here. And you can reach it down in there, turn them counterclockwise and pull the bulb out. The one that's on the inner is the high beam, and this one is the low beam. Same thing over here. Now, in this case, I can get my arm down to get that one out, probably, but there's no way I can get my arm down in here. If you have smaller, skinnier arms than me, maybe you could reach down in there and pull the bulbs out, but it would be a task to change the low beam one. But we're still replacing these whole lenses anyway, the whole assembly, so I just wanted to mention that for those of you that just wanted to change only the bulbs. Okay, here's the rundown of what we're doing. We're going to replace, or we're going to remove the grill, which is going to consist of this, the chrome piece, this upper light, and this upper light, all in one piece. Now I think there's 4 clips, 1, 2, 3, 4 up top, and then there's 3 along this bottom lip here on the back side, and I'll show you how we're going to get all that out. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the wiring harness from the top lights, up in here and here. Okay, so here's the passenger side. Both sides are the same. I'm just going to show you the one side. Here's your wiring harness, and you can just pull this out. There's a little clip here that just pushes this whole, this just holds the wiring assembly. So you just pull that out of there, and then what you're doing is you're taking this off. And you just lift this piece up and pull it up and out of the way. Now this thing's not tied to anything else. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we've got to remove the clips I was talking about. So here's one here. There was one here that's broken. One here and one here, and that one might be broken, I'm not sure. But all you do is you just push that little red tab down. Let's try with this one here. And then you can pull it out, as you can see. That one's already out because it's broken. And I actually think there's going to be some clips down on these ends here too. So I'm going to have to put the camera down. I'm going to pull that grill out of there. Since I noticed before I started working on this that some of these were broken, I did order these off Amazon. They look a little different to me. So I don't know. We'll investigate if I got the right ones or not. And I'll put links to everything I use in the description. But so we'll have to see if these are correct. Now I'm going to put the camera down, and you can watch me from a distance here. Okay, so in addition to these upper clips, I did see there's one down here, and it just presses in. So I'm going to try to just reach back here and also grab on the side of the light here and just sort of work it out. It sounds horrible, but there you can see that the whole thing comes loose there. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side now. think it might be the bottom now that's holding it. Okay, so it's out up top. All right, I'm going to readjust the camera. Okay, you can see now how loose it is on both sides. I did have to use a screwdriver back here to get this one to completely let go, but the only thing that's holding it now is there's 3 tabs there, so I'm going to try to pull those out without breaking anything. And I know that sounds bad, but that's just what it is. Okay. Whew. So hopefully you can see these are the ones that were on the bottom that go into here, here, and over here. But at least this is off. So now I can get that cleaned up. Okay, I just want to give you a quick look at how these clips work because you can't really see them too well when it's on the car. But so here's the other. Here's the 2 that were in the ends, right up in here. So when you're pulling on these and prying on them, you try to get your hand as close as possible to the clips when you're pulling. So you don't want to be way out, creating stress points far away from the clips, if that makes sense. And here's the 3 that go on the bottom. And here's what's left over. So obviously that one is missing, it probably broke. This one we already knew was kind of broken. And we'll see if those other ones are going to work properly for that. Okay, both sides now have 2 bolts that have to come out. They're 10 millimeter. So we'll pull those real quick. Okay, so there's the headlight assembly. Okay, so now if you're just changing bulbs, you can now get to them. I'm changing the whole assembly, and my new assembly came with bulbs, but if you're just changing bulbs, and you can see that's the burnt out one, but that's how you get to them, so I don't need to worry about that. So now I'll just pull off the assembly on the other side, and for those of you that are alright, so this is where we're at. If I'm going to take that off, of course, for me, but if you're just doing your bulbs, you can pull that back, take your bulbs out, replace them. Same with on that side, and then screw those back in. Meanwhile, now I'm going to go and change this bumper out and this plastic, and I'll bring you back once that's back on, because this video that you're watching is just about the headlights. So I'll be back. Alright, let's put the light assembly in, or assemblies, both sides of course. We're just going to connect the 2 wire harnesses. But the important thing here is this tab here and this tab here need to go into these first. They don't clip in or anything, but they just kind of go in and lock in. And then there's a little hole here and one down here that these go into. So it'll all snap in together. So I'll set the camera up and kind of show you. Okay, first thing, let's put the light sockets on. They just snap on. You can't do this wrong. Now, like I said, work the 2 bottom tabs into those holes. Once they're in there, then you just get the alignment pins into their holes, and that's it. Now you can just tighten down the 2 bolts. Not too tight so you don't break the plastic. You can't hardly mess this up. I left the protective coating on the lights. That's it. I'll do the other side. All right, we're ready to attach the grill. I'm going to flip this over a second. Now, these clips here, 3 on the bottom, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Those are the ones that pop in here, 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 2 up there, and 2 over here. So I'll set the camera up at a distance and you're going to see me popping the thing. That's what I'm doing. I'm popping those clips into place. And then we have these. This is a factory one still. This one was missing. Here's the ones I got off Amazon. Hopefully they'll be decent. I will put a link in the description. They just pop in like that. To take them out, you just squeeze them and pull them out. And this one here was missing or broken. I can't remember. But so there's those. So I'll set the camera up at a distance. I'm going to peel this coating back off of these because I don't know if it'll be in the way once the grill's in there to get it off. So I'll peel those off. So I'll set the camera up and you can watch me struggle with this. All right, you can watch me struggle with this now. Whoops, I was going to peel this back. At least off the tops. All right. I do wish that they would mount plastic pieces with screws instead of clips, because that's always a little nerve-wracking. Smacking on plastic. It's probably worth more than the vehicle's worth. Well, actually, it goes in easy. It's getting it out that's the scary part. And getting these all lined up. Oh, I heard something fall, and it was one of those clips. Alright, all the body clips went in. Now I just got to see if I can get this one back in. It must not have lined up and it popped out. So I'll have to pull this back a little bit and see if I can't get a clip in there. But the rest of these are all good. It's actually easier than I expected. Alright, let's put this new assembly in. I didn't really show how to take it out, but all you have to do is there's a clip right here. It just pops in here. You just take a screwdriver and you push it down, and then that releases it. These 2 standoffs here just go in this cavity, and this just tucks in behind here. So there's no hardware holding it in. So you just tuck those in like that, and then you push this into the cavity there, and the clip should hold it in. And it doesn't hold it in. I wonder why. Let's try the old one. Oh, here, clip in. Yeah, of course I can't see it. So I'll just push this in to get it to release. Alright, let's see what's going on. Can you see how this clip on the old one extends out further than this one? Shocking. Wonder where this was made. Yeah. Alright, let's figure out what to do. Okay. I also checked the other side. It has the same issue. So there's a couple potential ways to maybe fix this. One, we could try to get this clip to extend out more, maybe by putting a dowel or something in here and wedging it so that this pulls out more. Or perhaps getting some Gorilla Tape, which is really strong stuff. It's like duct tape. And just putting a few wraps here and around to shorten this hole. So I think I'm going to try that first, because that might be a longer lasting fix. If we put something in here and glue it in, I think perhaps over time it could wear and fall out. I don't know. I'm going to try that with the Gorilla Tape and see. If you have any ideas, throw them down in the comments. Alright. Yeah. I'll give this a try to see if it works. We'll just put a few wraps of this tape on here. This is a curved pick. I have a piece of tape on the end just to make it less sharp. I'm going to press the tape down on the inside. I don't know if we'll take the sharp edge off where that clip mounts there or not. Let's just try it with 2 wraps here and see if it works. Okay, not really. Let's do 1 more or 2 more wraps. Well, you heard it clip at least. So it's clicking. Let's do 1 more. I don't know that I like the buildup on the outside of this. I don't know if that is going to make the thing pull out or not. Let's try it again. That seems to be in there pretty good now. Alright, I think that'll work. So, one more time. Hook up the wiring harness. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. I'll do the same thing to the other side. Not ideal, but it seems to work. Alright, here's the other side. I did the same thing with the tape because this side had the same problem. Let's see how it fits. Alright, it pops in and it doesn't fall back out, so I think we're good. We'll tuck the wires down in here underneath. Hook up the connector for the lights. And this kind of just clips down in here like that to keep it stowed. Alright, I think now we can pull the plastic off. And I'll pull it off the other side as well. And then we'll take a look at how this whole thing looks. How's it look? Well, let's see if what we did actually works. Lights should be on. Appears that the brights work. I can't see it, but that's the left indicator. That's the right indicator. Now I'll go back and look at the camera and see if everything actually worked. Alright, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's a little long for just a headlight video, but I wanted to show you all the problems I ran into, since this isn't quite as straightforward as some cars might be. Also, you obviously saw the transformation of the front end along the way. But whether you were just doing bulbs or doing whole lenses on your vehicle, I hope it helped you out. And if you're interested in seeing how I did the bumper and the grill, and I also did the rear bumper and these fender guards and the mirrors and the door handles, all in Raptor liner. If you want to see that video will come out at the same time as this one does. Also have a video on doing this bed liner at one point in time, a while back, about a year ago. And also this headache rack that I made. There should be a video coming out on that too. So anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.